Hi Flosstube, it's me, the Canadian Stitcher. I'm trying something totally different today. I'm not going to be in the frame of the picture, and I'm trying to figure out different ways that I could set up my camera so that hopefully in the future I can do some stitch along videos. So just giving this a try. I hope the lighting is okay. So I just wanted to show you what I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. I've got the Christmas goose that I've been taking to work and working on this one on my lunch break, and I'm almost finished. So I've got a little bit more of the green to fill in here, and then I'll be back stitching, and then that one's going to be done. So I did bring it home just because I'm so close to being finished. I'm actually off for 10 days. I've got tomorrow's a stat holiday, and then I've got some vacation time, and then my X1 day. So I ended up with 10 days off. So I'm very pleased about that. I'm going to be stitching, and I picked up some flowers Friday, I guess it was. It was a little too cool last evening and the evening before to put them out yet. I was a little bit nervous. It was only going to be 4 degrees at night. So I put them out this morning. I think today the low is going to be 6 degrees, so hopefully they'll fare okay. And I have to clean up the deck and get everything ready for planting for tomorrow. So those are my plans for the 10 days. And I'm doing decluttering, continuing. It's an ongoing process, but I finished the entire laundry room yesterday, including the junk drawer, which was so full I could barely close it. So, and now, yeah, everything is minimalized in there, and anything that I'm not using is no longer in that little room. The floor is completely cleared, the cupboards are all cleared, and I put everything on the lower shelves so that I can reach things easier. So I'm really pleased with my progress on that. Here's Lucy. You can probably see part of him. Anyway, so 2 weeks ago, I worked on, the Heaven and Earth Designs Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. And I decided I'm going to work this one the same way as I'm doing the A Stitch in Time, where I'm going to work the whole panel across. So I'm not just stitching the partial pages at the bottom. I'm going to stitch all the way up until I get probably to this shelf here, and then I'll continue going across and then start back and do the next panel. Yeah, so I'll show you my progress on that. I'm doing my cross country stitching, as you know, and this one was going really slow. I'm not sure the stitching, my personal stitching was going really slow. Like I was stitching very, very slowly, but I made some pretty good progress on that. When I started off, I only had this bit done in here, so I filled in all of this and started to do the words here, but they're not completely done yet. So that's just working out the bottom on that the book that's open there. And then since Monday, I have been working on, sorry, I don't have the picture here, the Angel of Spring. And I am very close to being finished this one. So this is one I haven't worked on all winter because I was having such a hard time seeing or not being able to see all this fabric in the dimmer light in the winter. So I did bring her out. I'm using my magnifier and my light, and I made some really good progress on her. Sorry. So I went along and filled in a lot more of her dress here, this part of the sash, and I've been working on this garland. So what I do when I'm working on the garland, I'm finding very challenging. So what I do is I will stitch one whole thread on the skirt, and then I'll go over here and I'll do one color in the garland. And then I'll go back over here and do one whole thread in the skirt, and then I'll go back over here and do one color in the garland. So that way it's a little easier for me. When I was working up here, I was just working on the garland, and I didn't like that very much, just because I like to see lots of progress, and I'm not seeing a lot of progress when you're just doing those, filling in little stitch here and there. So this way, at least I'm getting to see some good progress on her dress, very near the finish of it, and filling in that garland too. So I'll show you this is why I make a working copy. This pattern is beat up. It is ripped. There's one part here I had to recopy because it's been bent for so long that I couldn't actually make out what the symbols were. This is actually the oldest FFO that I have. I started on this one, I'm thinking over 10 years ago. And I did I think I worked from the middle upward to the wings, sorry. And then I did the wings across last winter, and then did the majority of this work was done last winter, or summer, sorry. And then I was having such trouble seeing in the dim light, so I put it away for the winter. And she's back out now, and I am going to focus on getting her finished. The next one I'm going to be doing in that series is Angel of Summer. I forgot to bring the other fabric. So when I bought the patterns, I bought the fabric at the same time, and I don't know what this fabric is, but I don't like it. I'm having, you know, a very hard time seeing the holes. It's very flimsy. I don't know if you can see that. It's just like there's hardly anything to it. I find it really difficult to stitch on. So I do have 3 more pieces of this fabric, which I'm probably going to give away at some point, just because I'm never going to stitch on that again. And I actually bought Aida fabric to do the next 3 in this series. So the next one's going to be Angel of Summer, and then I'm going to do Winter, because I don't actually like the winter one as much. I want all 4 of them done as the set, but fall is my favorite. So I think if I left the winter one till the end, I might not finish it. So what I'm going to do is make myself do the winter one and then leave the fall one for the end. And then that way for sure I'll get the winter one done, because I won't be able to start the fall until I do the winter. Yeah, so I'm off all week, and I am going to be going back to my favorite one. This is my favorite piece that I'm stitching on, and this is certainly my favorite HAED. This was the first one that went into my cart when I went onto the HAED site looking at things. Immediately when I saw this one, I knew I was going to stitch it. So this is called Discovery. I call her Pichelle. She is a total of 49 pages. And this one, I want to make as much progress as I can this year on her. And I'm coming across the bottom. It looks very red. Red and rust colored. So that's her pocket. I don't know how to position my arms here. We'll figure it out. Hit the like button anyway. Give me some encouragement for trying something new. So there's her pocket. There's the pillar in the background, one of the pillars there. And then coming across. This part here, I wasn't sure what this was. When as I was stitching it, I wasn't really sure what it was, but that's actually the bottom part of her arm and her elbow there. So it's looking quite orange. I'm not sure how it's going to work out as I do it and get more. It looks like it's a bit orange in there. But then more into her skin color and of her face where there's more light in the picture. I think it's meant to be that this arm is a bit more in the shadow where her face is so lit up from the little watch that she's opening there. So yeah, so I'm going to work on her for the whole week. And last time I worked on her, I almost finished the page. I almost finished page 39. So I'm going to be working on just finishing up page 39 and then going ahead and working on page 40. So that's all I have for my update. I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on here. This is a part of my living room. Of course, that's my fireplace. And these are 2 amethyst geodes that I got. This one actually I have given to my son, but it's staying here, the big one. It's staying here until he lives in a place where he's going to be staying. He's a young man. He goes out of town to work a lot, and he doesn't move frequently, but he's probably been in 2 or 3 different houses since he's moved out. So he can have it when he's living in a stable place, and I know that he's going to take very good care of it. And then I had told you I do my living room in the theme of owls and trees, so this is a part of it here. This is a candle holder that I put tea lights in. This is also a little candle holder, a little owl, and another little tree. And then I've got some amethyst candle holders here, and it's not amethyst, it's an agate geode that's also a candle holder. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit of my living room decoration and do a different kind of video today, just to see how this will go, setting up camera different in a different spot. I hope the light is good enough. Not doing anything with any of those little starts that I made for Mania. I wanted to get some work done on some of the big pieces, and I'll be doing some planning forward into June, and I had said that June and July I'm going to try and do focus on finishes and making really big progress on some other things. So trying to probably clear out some of those smaller ones and some of the older whips, just to get things off my board and shrink down the number of whips that I actually have, so that I can spend more time working on these big pieces, which are what I like doing the small ones too, but the big ones I just find I can sit and stitch for a week and get lots of progress done on. I find them very satisfying to stitch on. So I hope you're all having a good weekend. It is a long weekend here in Canada. Tomorrow is Victoria Day. I think my son's going to be, other son's going to be coming over tomorrow. He hasn't seen the last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, and then tonight is the series finale. So I will be PVRing that, and he's going to come over tomorrow and help me plant some flowers, and we're going to be doing a Game of Thrones fest. So have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.